Hey guys, how is everybody doing today? Let's go into our question here. Hey Mark, am I doing something wrong? I'm scripting, I'm visualizing, I'm doing all the practice of all the teachers, the Law of Attraction teachers. I watch all of them, Dr. Joseph Murphy, Joe Dispenza, Abraham, and nothing is working. Can you please help me, enlighten me? Am I missing something here? What is it that I'm not doing correctly? Okay, so this is a great question. So I have the answer for you. Pay attention because there's a very important lesson and video lecture today about deliberately creating the life of your desires or your dreams. All right, I will use an example of a client or a coaching student that I have. And with this particular coaching student, client, she basically manifested everything she desired. She got a new home, the flat, the money she's making, all that stuff. So everything is going great. So she got kind of in a new place, in a new space. So recently, we're talking, and she's mentioning to me that things are going backwards. She's like, well, Mark, it was working before, but it's not working again. What is happening? So what tends to happen, guys, is we tend to lose a little focus. But let me get deep and show you what's going on here. In order for you to manifest, if you're scripting, if you're visualizing, if you're meditating, if you're doing all the stuff, it cannot work if the environment isn't set up for it to work. Okay, let me tell you something to you. Environment is, when I say environment, I mean a state of being. You got to be in a certain state to manifest what you want. And there's only two states you can go into. You could either be in a state of abundance or you can be in a state of lack. Lack, however, has a tricky state. Lack can make you think that you're in abundance, but you're not. I'm going to show you again with the example of my student here. So environment is important. It cannot rain if the environment isn't there for it to rain. If the clouds, the humidity, the atmosphere, the precipitation levels, if they aren't at the right coordinate, the right mixture, it cannot rain. No matter what happens, if it's sunny and bright, it's not going to. So you got to create the environment to create what you want. So here's where she was kind of messing up, and this may be your issue or problem. And I believe this is probably what 90% of people are doing. And this video is going to help you to fix it right now. So here's what she was doing. I started to talk to her. And I said, okay, we're talking what's going on. First of all, the job she has, she's making a lot of money in the job. But she doesn't like the people. Now she says she doesn't like her job. She wants to manifest more money. All right? Now, here's what's happening. It's the subconscious mind. So what I was showing her, I was like, look, you cannot manifest more abundance if you're in a state of lack. She says to me, well, Mark, how am I in a state of lack? I'm working, I'm making good money. But I said, no, you're missing the whole point. It's your subconscious mind. It's illogical. If you don't like your job is what's making you the money, right? She says, yeah. Well, you're telling your subconscious mind you don't like money. The aha moment, oh my goodness, because it's illogical. It just sees, I don't like this. My job creates the funds for me to live. And she's like, oh wow. Next thing she was doing kind of wrong was, so because she makes more money, she was in a different tax bracket. When you're in that tax bracket now, she says, well, Mark, they're taking away more money from me. Again, she's in a state of lack. So I said to her, there's two things you're doing. You're focusing on the lack. You're focusing on what you don't want. You're focusing on, okay, I'm not making enough money. I'm in a different tax bracket. I'm losing money. I hate these people at my job, but I have to go. I wish I could just win the lottery, whatever she's saying. I just want to live. I said, okay, you're focusing on the lack. Your subconscious mind now thinks you want more lack. It's going to bring you more lack. See, All she had to do was change the environment. So how do you fix this? All she has to do, and I showed her, I said, look, now you got to show appreciation for your job. You got to be at peace with your job. You got to show your subconscious mind that, hey, I like doing this because it's bringing me more abundance and more money. Next thing you got to do, you got to focus on what you want. You got to say to yourself, well, okay, maybe I'm in a different tax bracket. The money will show up from somewhere else. It's that simple. If you do that, and then I showed her that, and the next week we got on our call, as you to call. It flipped like that. It flipped. She had more money coming in. Just like that. Things were starting to work. All these things she had that were going wrong. Her car was kind of messing up. She said, oh my God, I got to go spend some money to fix this on my car. And you know, she bought the car, hers, bought out cash. And I said, why don't you focus on what it's like to have the car fixed? So people, here's what's happening when you're going to create what you want in your life. If you're scripting, if you're doing all this stuff, if your environment isn't matching the frequency of what your subconscious mind can detect, it's not going to work. It's not about your conscious mind. Your conscious mind, and I know what she was doing in her conscious mind, your conscious mind works like this. Let's focus on the problem or what's wrong so we can fix it. That's why she was focusing on, man, I'm in a different tax bracket, they're taking more money from my paycheck. Oh man, I'm making more money, but I don't like doing this because these people are just terrible, man. I wish I could just do something else and make a lot of money. You see, so your conscious mind is going to do that. That's what it's built to do, to solve problems. But while your conscious is doing that, it's thinking, your subconscious is creating action. Your subconscious is illogical. All it's saying is, okay, so we want more money coming out of our tax bracket, okay? And even though I'm making money at this job, I don't like this job, so therefore I don't like money. So okay, I'm just gonna give you more of what you don't want. And see, so when you're scripting, it's not working. Now you know what? The dominant frequency will always win out. Do you see how that works? So that is why it wasn't working. So for you, if you're an individual, I'm going to show you this. This is the secret to do this stuff, guys. If you're an individual and you're doing all this is working, start to check your environment. Start to check your state of being. In order for you to get what you want, you have to be in two states. Only two states. You either have to be in a grateful state, an appreciation state, or you have to be in a peaceful neutrality state. If you're not in a grateful or a peaceful neutrality state, no matter how much scripting, no matter how much visualizing, it cannot work because the abundance, the frequency or the environment isn't there. And it's all due to your unconscious mind. Does that make sense? So now many of you may be saying, the aha moment will go off and say, oh man, this is what I've been messing up on. That's correct, guys. It's about what you are in this moment. A grateful or a peaceful state. You can be either one or you can be both. And I showed her, I said, look, you don't have to fall in love with your job, but you have to find a way to show appreciation and be at peace or neutrality with the job, because then your subconscious mind is going to see that, okay, the money is there and I'll bring you more. But if you're not, your unconscious will believe that we don't want this because it can't think. Your regular mind may say, this is stupid. How can my mind just, my mind know what I'm talking about? How is it not going to know that I don't like my job, but it's not going to bring more lack to me? Well, because exactly, it can't think like your regular mind. It's only going to pick up what your dominant focus on. So there's two things you got to remember. What are you focusing on and what state are you in for your subconscious? That's all you got to do is just become aware of that. When you become aware of that, be grateful, put yourself in that state, then the visualization, then the scripting, and these things will work because they're matched up. Remember, we do not create our reality within our framework of our regular conscious mind. We create our reality within the framework of our unconscious, habitual, pattern mind. Your subconscious is what creates environment, real life stuff. Your conscious mind is what sees them, observes them, notices them, thinks about them, judges them. But the first part of the creative process was already done in the unconscious. The next thing, your unconscious doesn't think like your conscious. So whenever you're doing something, you got to think illogical to your subconscious and say, okay, is this okay? Listen. All of this may sound technical and you may get it, but let me make it simple for you. The secret to create manifest anything you want is one simple thing. Start to use your mind to only focus on what you want. That's it. Your focus is your attention, creates your attention. Your attention creates reality. I'm going to talk about her again. What was she focusing on? I don't want. When you focus on what you don't want, that's what you're going to get. Mark, I'm in a different tax bracket. They're taking more money out of my check. Mark, I'm making money at my job, but I don't like the people there. See what your focus is on? That's what your mind is going to bring into your reality. 100% all the time. So, reason a lot of us don't know this because we weren't conditioned or taught this. Remember, I keep telling you, I said, everything you've been taught since you were this itty bitty kid is backwards. They taught you backwards. You see, you think like, oh, by using my mind, by me focusing on the problem, maybe I can fix it. No, by you focusing on the problem, you're going to get more of the problem, because it's not the mind that creates the world. It's the subconscious. So the subconscious sees problems. It's not going to see I'm trying to fix problems. It's going to see I want more problems. If you focus on solutions, you're going to get solutions. If you focus on having it, you're going to get more of having it. If you focus on not having it, you're going to get more of not having it. It's a very simple game, and it's all occurring in the illogical, unconscious part of our minds. I love this statement from this Love. She says, this is 100%. Whether you think you're rich or poor, you're right either way. That's how the unconscious mind works, my friends. So you have to remember, the most important part to create what you want is your state of being. The visualization, yes. The scripting, yes. But you have to be in a certain state to manifest. And let me repeat the states again because it's so important. You either have to be in what? An appreciative gratitude state, or if you can't get the appreciative gratitude state, you have to be in a peace state. What is a peaceful neutrality state? A peaceful neutrality state is basically a state of, if I get it, fine. If I don't, fine. Everything is going to work out either way. That's what I mean by a peaceful neutrality state. You set the now you don't have any type of resistance. Now you have a clear path for your subconscious to bring you. All right, someone says, hey, I'm in a prison matrix called Earth, reincarnation. Nothing matters than breaking free of this prison. If you want to break free from this matrix, it's all about understanding how you create in this 3D world. You create in this 3D world through your imagination, through your attention, and through your unconscious mind. Once you understand that, then you can use those tools and you can break free from the matrix. You can create within the matrix heaven on earth. You can do it within the matrix, because all the matrix is what? It's an illusion as well. It's a complex structure that's created and generated through holographic images to our brain and our consciousness. So you can create a different matrix within the matrix. You can create a positive matrix for yourself in the 3D matrix, because it's all the same. It's just different fractal parts of the same sphere. So to do this stuff, now you get the picture. Mark, I got the Green Aventurine and immediately won a free ticket. Congratulations. Green Aventurine is the best stone to use if you're going to manifest or win the lottery. So there you have it, guys. So hopefully this will help and clear a lot of stuff up for you when it comes to creating your world. The environment and the state of being is where you want to be, and it's to be in a grateful or peace and neutrality state. And everything will click together and you will see the desired results. See you next time.